I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae if you're new. And today's video, y'all, it took me forever to try to record this video because I have a special guest. So if y'all had any interruptions, that's the reason why. So I'm trying to get this camera positioned the right way because I'm trying to make it. So basically today, I don't like the way this is. Okay, basically today is going to be a video of where have I been. It's going to be like a where have I been video. I was trying to be consistent for vlogs over the ones that have been watching me and following me and stuff like that. I was trying to be more consistent with Vlogtober, but as y'all can see, I didn't make it to that. And I will let y'all know the reason why. So if y'all want to know what's been going on with me, y'all just stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, probably seen that I was moving, or heard me say that we were moving and things like that. So that was around Vlogtober. So I said that we was moving and stuff like that. So we moved to a different city. We were in Jacksonville, Florida. Now we're currently in Lake City, Florida. But it's nothing like, it's just an hour away. So yeah, the things I've been through in just short period of time. Okay, y'all, so we moved in October, like towards the end of October. Yeah, towards the end of October. But we was coming back and forth here to, you know, paint and stuff like that. If y'all seen my DIY shorts, I just gave like little short snippets of what we've been doing and, you know, the process and stuff like that. So if y'all haven't checked that out, y'all go check out my shorts. But we was coming back and forth from here to my old place, just to get it together, painting and things like that. Y'all excuse me if I look a mess. But yeah, so we was coming back and forth, painting and all that stuff or whatever, and I began to be really tired. It was just, and I had a doctor's appointment, and they was like my levels was high, my like alkaline levels were high, so I needed to be like on a certain type of diet. It was just a lot of stuff going on around that time. So I don't know, I was just feeling like, I don't know, my health was probably at stake. I don't know. So I was just trying to do the right things, drink a lot and drink plenty of water and stuff like that. But then I began to be more tired. Like, even if I was to take like a vitamin or something to like help me boost my my energy levels up or something like that, it didn't work. So basically I was just super tired, super tired, always drowsy, always sleepy, you know, things like that. So when we got here, we were unpacking and stuff like that, and I still felt the same way. My husband had gave me something to take. It was like a little, I don't forgot what it was. It was like a little a pill to give you energy or something like that. And he said I was all over the place, but I still felt tired, and within myself, I still felt tired. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on with me at all. So a few days later, I missed my period. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't really know. I noticed, but I didn't really notice because, like I said, it was so hectic with us moving and stuff like that. But as the days were going by, I'm like, hey, I am kind of 3 days late. I am 4 days late. And I'm like, okay, something ain't right. And I'm thinking it's because, you know, all the levels and stuff that I had going on with my health issues and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, I hope not. So I took it upon myself to take a pregnancy test. As y'all can see on the screen, that I had a positive pregnancy test. So right then I'm like, I know you lying. I know you lying. That's all I kept saying. I know you lying. I know you lying. I just know you lying. So I wasn't really in denial about it, but I just know that it definitely, you know, it was happening. So I was like, Lord, I don't know what we're going to do with another baby. I don't understand, like, you know, because we got a lot of stuff going on and we're just trying to get things in order or whatever. So I told Cam or whatever. and we all getting excited and stuff like that. Of course, you're going to be excited about a baby because it's a blessing. And definitely for me, it's definitely a blessing for me to even carry. So I even thank God for even experiencing it once again, to know that I'm actually capable of actually, you know, conceiving. So, and if y'all want to hear a story about like what I've been through concerning, you know, conceiving and stuff like that. With my first child, I had a stillborn. So if you guys want to know anything about, hear story time about what happened and all that type of stuff, I'm strong enough to tell it now. It was a few years ago, but I'm definitely willing to share for whoever is going through the same thing or have went through the same thing and wants to know how to cope with certain things. I'm definitely here, and I definitely will share my story. But anyway, so we were getting happy and stuff like that, getting prepared, you know, changing our life, because that's stuff you just have to do. You have to alter some things in order to, you know, bring another life into the world and stuff like that. So we were doing some altering, and one day I just experienced, you know, like bleeding, but it was only when I wiped. It wasn't like I filled up a pad, or I wasn't having any cramping or anything like that. It was just only when I wiped. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I had the same thing when it came to Junior, because my son, I was like, it's the same thing that happened with him. Like I bled around this time or whatever, because it was like implantation bleeding or whatever. And I bled with him like around maybe 7 weeks, and at the time I was 6 weeks. So so I was just bleeding or whatever, and I was like, okay. I'm always concerned when I see blood, because like, I don't know, I didn't experience it with my first 2 pregnancies. I didn't have no period, no bleeding at all. So it was like different for me. But then with him, I bled for like maybe that week, but it was just like light bleeding. It wasn't like, you know, anything heavy or anything to be, it was concerning to me because it never happened to me. But I constantly get checked anyway because I'm high risk when it comes to pregnancy or whatever. So I just laid I was like, okay, so I mean, you know, I'm thinking, because I had dealt with it before, so I was like, okay, maybe, you know, it's just that. So I'll say maybe like 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, maybe like 2 days later, I started bleeding again. And then around this time, I started experiencing a blood clot. I had one blood clot. It was like really small, but I was like, okay, that couldn't be normal, can it? You know? So I was looking on YouTube or whatever. I was Googling, you know, Google will make it seem like you're dead at this point. So I was like, I'm trying to stay away from Google. I'm trying to stay away. So I went to YouTube and I was trying to figure out, like, what do women go through or whatever. Well, like, what should I do at this point? Which I already knew I should go to see a doctor or whatever. So I was YouTubing things as I was at the hospital. So I went to the hospital here, and 10 out of 10 would not recommend. But I went there. They took me back into the lobby, and I started passing tissues. That's when I knew that something was off. I'm like, okay, I'm passing these little tissues and a blood clot. Like, that just don't seem normal to me. So I was so they was in there asking me like the regular questions or whatever, and then we went in the lobby and we waited for a while, and they took me back to do a ultrasound and a vaginal ultrasound. So when they was doing the vaginal ultrasound, I didn't see anything. I seen a little sac, but I didn't see nothing else. And I'm like, I was asking the lady, first of all, they don't supposed to tell you what they see until the radiologist read it, and then the doctor, then the doctor come tell you. So I was asking the lady questions, and she was like, oh, I don't see anything yet. Maybe it's too early. Da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, too early. But like, I seen the last 2 at this stage or whatever, and I know I'm 6 weeks pregnant. So I didn't see, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And she just kept saying, maybe it's too early, maybe it's too early. And then she like, the doctor will let you know. So I was like, okay. So when the doctor came, after that, it was like 2 hours later, the doctor came back. Mind you, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. And we was there from like 12, and we didn't leave till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So The doctor came back out and
he was like, oh, everything is fine. How many weeks do you think you are?
I was like, I'm 6 weeks. And it was like, oh yeah, that's it. It was like, he was like, I seen baby. It was really, really, really tiny. But I seen a little heart flicker in the monitor. So everything is fine. You just have a bladder infection. Mind you, we're in the lobby. It's people in here. They don't need to know my business. But anyway, so yes, they was like, oh, you know, you got a bladder infection or whatever. So they gave me some antibiotics for it and stuff like that. So, and normally when I have bladder infections, I'm normally pregnant. So, so yeah, that was like, yeah, just get some rest. They put me on pelvic rest and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. Went home, I started YouTubing videos or whatever, and it was like, oh yeah, no, I was in this group on my pregnancy app, and it was like, some women say they seen it. I mean, some women say they experienced the same thing where they seen just the sac and not the fetal pole inside of it or whatever. And I was like, okay, it's hope. So then, that was Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So the day of Thanksgiving, I was kind of feeling groggy. I don't know, I was feeling tired. I was feeling like, I don't know, it's like I was out of space or something like that. So, I was just sitting there, and everybody was like, oh, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. You know, it's just this baby. You know, I'm just extremely tired. Like, I'm just extremely tired. I was like so tired. So, they was like, you better get up, girl. Get up and get ready. Da, da, da. So I got up. I got ready. We ended up going to my cousin's house in Jacksonville. So we were there, and I was like concerned the whole time, and everybody asking me questions like, how you doing? Da, da, da. And I'm just like, everybody asks me how I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm just checking on him because he's kind of quiet. People ask me how I'm doing and stuff like that, so I'm just letting them know how I'm doing. I'm doing okay, you know, blah blah blah, the regular conversation. So after that, I got to my mom's house because we stayed a night at my mom's house. So I was at my mom's house, and then I was in the bathroom because at first I felt like I was on my period. So I'm like, I feel kind of weird. So I went to the bathroom. And there it was, y'all. It was the biggest blood clot ever. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is really happening. So I called Cam in the bathroom to show him what it looked like. And he was just like, dang, you know. So then I called my mom in, and I was like, Mom, and she was like, yeah, you know what you got to do. You got to go to the emergency room. We got the kids, you know, just go to the emergency room, see about yourself. So I was like, okay. So I went to the emergency room, and the doctor came in. They did everything they needed to do, vaginal ultrasound, regular ultrasound, you know, everything. So when they did the vaginal ultrasound, I seen a whole bunch of blood. So I was like, yeah, this is it. I still was hanging on to it. I still had hope, you know. So they was just, the doctor came in. She was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. You had a miscarriage. Oh, you had a complete miscarriage. Oh, I'm so sorry. And she would just let me know what to do or whatever. And she was like, come back and go check. She was like, go to your OBGYN after 24 to 48 hours to get checked again. My HCG levels were still high. So she was like, make sure they're going down, you know, get blood work and stuff like that, and make sure it's going down or whatever. So, yeah, y'all. I didn't mean to make this video so long, but I had to let y'all know every detail about what was going on and, you know, what I went through step by step. So, yeah, that's basically where I've been. How I'm doing, I am okay. I just feel like, God's will gonna be God's will. You cannot stop his will for anything. I know to trust him. I know whatever he has planned for us is big. I just know that I have 2 other kids, you know what I'm saying? So I can grieve how I want to, but I can't be down for long. You know what I'm saying? I did cry. I did let it all out. But at the same time, I still have 2 kids that look up to me and that I have to take care of as well. So, And then, like I said, I had a stillborn. My very first pregnancy was a stillborn. So it's like I kind of know how to cope with it. Now, not saying that I'm glad it happened, but I'm glad I didn't go as far as I did with my first pregnancy, if that makes sense. Because my first pregnancy, I got to actually push my child out and hold her in my arms. So I just know how to cope with it, I guess. For y'all moms who are trying and having miscarriages back to back, my heart goes out to every last one of you guys. I know how you feel, don't give up. Keep trying. If it's meant to be, it will be. I'm telling you, if it's meant to be, it will be. Some people I know been trying for 11 years, and on that 11th year, they had their baby. So it's just like it's all on God's time, all on God's time. Whatever His plan is for you, it's going to be just for you. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. It's going to happen how it's supposed to happen. You just have to wait on Him. That is it. Trust Him and wait on Him. His girl, I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for Him, baby, I don't know where I would be. So I just know to trust in Him. I just know to keep praying. I just know to keep doing what I got to do. I know to stay in position. So whatever it is that He has in store for me, it will be for me. A baby will come eventually. I'm not rushing things or whatever. But I am thankful for even experiencing that. I know it sounds crazy, but I am thankful for experiencing what I did experience, because I can tell somebody else about it. I can share my testimony with somebody else. I can, uplift somebody else if they're having a hard time with certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really do. My heart really goes out to you guys who, has had a miscarriages or had back-to-back miscarriages or anything, So I just want to tell y'all where I've been at, y'all. This is a long video. It's 18 minutes. I might shorten it down a little bit, but it's definitely been an experience for me. I am doing okay. I will continue to be okay. Yeah, you're going to have your days, but you'll be fine. You're going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. You're still here to tell a story. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend that your girl posted a video. Share it with the girls for the ones who know somebody who's going through a miscarriage or has been through a miscarriage and still not able to cope with it. Share this video. Everything will be fine. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Click that bell notification down below so you can get notified when I make another video.